live here on Facebook. I am Bart Robley, and we are back in Maricopa, Arizona tonight. We were just here back in February. Kind of a cool little thing that happened. We played here on a run that we did back in February at this very room. And we have Sam Morrison Band has a couple of shows that we do. And we have our Turn the Page show, and then we have a Southern show. And in the Southern show, we do a lot of our original music. And with there's a whole teaser that Sam does at the end of the gig, talks about the Southern show. And anyway, they hired us back, and we're back out here for our last run of the springtime. I got a comment the other day. I said, "Man, you guys are in Arizona a lot." We are. We have a fantastic agent out here in Arizona that keeps us super busy, especially in the springtime and in the autumn, right? So it's right before winter time and it's right before summertime. We play a lot of performing arts centers and a lot of different casinos out here, and they're spread all over Arizona. You don't realize how big a state, any state is, but Arizona is pretty big. So anyway, we go all over the place doing these things, and it's been going really well. And as I've been doing, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel called Road Rash Band Aids, and I have a lot of video and content on there that is just, anecdotal stuff, things that you can do to help yourself as a musician, things you can do to help yourself as a band. One of the things that I think that we need to do is this. We need to really check in with ourselves and realize what it is that we're trying to do with our career. What it is that we're trying to do to get better in our careers as musicians and get ourselves better in our career with a group. What is it we're trying to do? What are we trying to achieve, right? I had one of my students, the reason I kind of thought about this, wanted to do this video today, I had one of my students get in touch with me last night. I got a text message from him. We went back and forth on a couple of texts, and he was saying that he's having a hard time keeping up with his guitar player. And at first I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, is your guitar player just shredding? And what are you talking about? And it was more of a competition thing. He was saying that his guitar player is crushing it. Like, I guess they're young kids, they're in their 20s. He's in the band, they're in a band together, and then he has guitar students that he teaches, and then on top of that, he has a little side business that he started making something for a guitar, something with a 3D printer. I don't know what it is, but he's making a product, and it's doing really well. And my student was like, "Man, I can't keep up with that. How do I do that? How do I keep up with that?" And I'm like, "Well, there's nothing to keep up with." I said, "I'll be right there." I go, this is a guitar player issue, and you're a drummer, and you guys are in the same band together. You shouldn't be in competition together. You should be working together. You want your friends to succeed. You want to succeed. And you don't want to see your friends fail. Of course you want your friends to succeed. You want your friends to get better at things. You want your friends to, because that's going to help you succeed. And let it inspire you, right? Let that be an inspiration to you. And be diligent in building your business. Maybe that can make you think of something to make on a 3D printer for drums, whatever. And then I give them the example of all the stuff that I do, to keep my business going. And some of my business, a large part of my business, has nothing to do with the band, but the band helps feed my business, and my business helps feed the band. They crossbreed one another. I'm a firm believer that as cliche as it sounds, the only person you should be in competition with is the person you were yesterday. Try to be a better person today than you were yesterday, right? Whether that's your playing or not, it could be anything, I'm always, I've got a pair of sticks in my hands and a practice pad, and I'm always banging on that thing, working on my hands, working on my chops, trying to be a better drummer. Sometimes I have brainstorming sessions where I just sit down with a pen and a piece of paper, pencil and a piece of paper, and I'm old school, instead of on the computer or an app on my phone, I'm literally writing stuff down, kind of a brain dump thing. I think it's great to come up with good ideas that way. Always working on new books, working on content like this, whatever. And it's one of those things that I think that sometimes we kind of lose sight of the band that you're in, if you are in a band, is an extension of yourself. It's not, you're not, it doesn't define who you are. Maybe it's part of who you are. And again, if one of the guys in the band is having a success, they should be your friend, and you should be happy for your friends when they have success, because one of these days you're going to have a success. And when you have that success, you want your friends to be happy for you. Anyway, I talk a lot about this in my book, Drum Up Your Business. There are hard copies available of that. I'll be right there. Hard copies available of that on my website, bartrobley.com. The digital versions are available on hudsonmusic.com. Links to both of those are in the description below. And I'm going to be looking for Doom Bad shortly if I don't get my butt up on that stage for sound check.